Well, hi everyone. Today we will be unboxing my Halloween pumpkin collection. These were created by me out of paper mache. All right, here we go. Here's Terry going up to the attic to get the pumpkins.
Ready?
Yes.
Do you have room where to put them?
Yes. As you can see, um, it's quite an ordeal. I apologize for the garage. It's a mess while you're unboxing things, but this is so fun. All right, time to unbox. As you can see here, I'm pointing. My system is I made a photocopy of the picture of the pumpkins and I taped it to the box. This way I know what is in the box. And if I decide to only take out a few, I know which ones they are. Here I am unwrapping the witch pumpkin. And this was a challenge from my daughter, I would say 5 years ago. She said, Mom, I'm going to bring you the supplies and I need you to make 30 pumpkins. And she was working at a place where they saved the packing materials for her. So we did it out of recycled materials. And yeah, I just love the way these turned out. And these are paper mache. They're filled with bubble wrap and formed with tissue paper. And I was able to create a lot of awesome stuff with the stuff she brought me. And now she's going to be reaping the benefits because she's going to be taking a lot of these pumpkins to her home and storing them at her house. So we are going to unbox all of these pumpkins and show you what they are. I am so drawn to these little character pumpkins. When I design them, I really go by feeling, unless they're inspired by a specific theme. For example, this one is Dia de los Muertos. She does have some felt flowers that go on her head. Yeah, but I just, as I'm going and sculpting the initial process with a tissue paper, I go ahead and decide what they're going to look like. But for example, this is Frankenstein. And this, of course, this is an iconic image. So it has to be similar in likeness in order for you to tell that it's a Frankenstein. So this is this is an awesome pumpkin. It is one of my favorites. And the awesome part of these is that they are so light. I know they look like stone, but since they are made out of the paper mache and the bubble wrap, they are very light. But I will be showing you the first one I made, which is not light at all because I was working out the kinks. Here we have two pumpkins. This is an alien. Yeah, I can see the tip is damaged there. Yeah, I suspect it was one of my kitties. But easy to repair with a little bit more tissue paper and maybe some white glue and then just touching up the paint. It'll be just like new. And with the formula that I made, there's no mold, no funky smells, nothing like that. So I'm very pleased with my mache pumpkins. This Crypt Keeper one, skull one, is so awesome. This is one that I will be keeping. For sure, I'm going to be keeping the witch and this Crypt Keeper. And yeah, here my hubby is helping me to take some of these out so we can make room for new ones. And as a matter of fact, I have two double stacks like this. My daughter has the other one, which is really cute too. I don't know if I have a picture, but if I do, I'll insert it somewhere in the video so you could see it. That one, I wanted to make it look more vintagey, and I think I achieved that. It's beautiful and huge. I mean, after the fact, I don't know how I did this, because it is a lot of work. So if it doesn't have to be me as an artist that you support, but if you support any other artists, I mean, it's well spent, because creating things is a process, and it's a lot of work in order to bring them to completion. This one here is inspired by my beautiful grandpuppy, Caramel. And as you can see, I designed him to wrap all around the pumpkin, since he is a weenie dog. And I just love this one. It came out so cute, and it's unique. All these pumpkins are one of a kind. They are unique, and that's why there was a time when I wanted to sell them, and I did post them on my Etsy. But then I repented, and I said, well, I don't think I'm going to be creating these anytime in the future again. So, plus again, as I say, this is it's a one-of-a-kind situation here, and there's a lot of variables you deal with when you are sculpting with paper mache. I can't get the detail that I get when I'm sculpting like in Sculpey or clay, but still, it is super fun. And really anyone can do it. So maybe if this video is shared a lot and gets a lot of views, I'll go ahead and post a tutorial on how to make these pumpkins. This guy here, he's a werewolf. He does have glow-in-the-dark teeth. And this one here is actually kind of like a buddy to my first one. I don't think I'll ever be able to recreate the first one, because, again, as I said, I used a lot of paper clay. It is super heavy, but the detail on that one is awesome. But this is kind of like his brother. And this one is great too. This one has glowing teeth and glowing eyes. I usually go ahead and sign them at the bottom. Some of these apparently I missed, but this is just such a great thing, and you can't really tell how awesome these are under beautiful lights. We just have one of those shop lights here, but under your household lights and in your environment, they just look very nice, very unique. And this Halloween is so fun for me, because I've created so many things, and as a matter of fact, I created a bunch of other stuff this year, which we'll see if I post a video on that. This one here, Yoda. My daughter asked me to make Yoda and just a pumpkin inspired by the Troopers, and I did. I like Star Wars, not a super fan, but I thought, yeah, it would be a cute thing to make. And yeah, so I love the way he turned out. Oh, and this guy here. This one, I kind of got inspired on the look of this one by kind of Nightmare Before Christmas. The pumpkins that they have displayed throughout the whole scenery. They have that little evilish look. This one here I call my Man in the Moon, because he's got that kind of sweet Dr. Seussish Mother Goose type of a face. And yeah, he's really cute. Unfortunately, this one here got a little bit damaged from the side, as you could see. He, I guess, we put a bunch of heavy stuff on top of his box and he got crushed. But it's an easy fix, again, with a little bit of tissue paper, some glue, and then just touching up the paint. He'll be just like new. This one here, he's a little more involved. And this one, as you can see, this one is like the Two-Face pumpkin, Jokerish Two-Face. And yeah, I did paint him 2 colors, kind of glazed him with the black on one side. And he does have this tongue sticking out, which I have on my other double stack pumpkin and maybe another one. And I think that's just so adorable. If you guys hear the lawn people out there, I'm so sorry, but I guess it adds to the ambiance. It's just pretend it's someone with a chainsaw making yeah. All right, so here we are, opening this box, and let's see which one it is here. Ah, this is another character one. I adore this one. This is one that I'm definitely keeping. I love his stem, the way I made the stem, and just his eyes and his just his overall look, his face and his cute smile. It's very vintage looking. I love that about these pumpkins. And again, as I said, these have been with me for 5 years, and I'm not very happy with where I store them, which is up in the attic, which gets very hot. But we don't get a lot of humidity. But yeah, they get really, really hot. But so far, I've had no problems with mold or funky smell or anything. But again, my paper mache paste that I make is trial and error, and kind of, I figured this will make it get rid of that musty smell or those problems with paper mache. Oh, here we have the cat, and this is a gorgeous one, and I will be keeping this one too. This one I brushed with a little bit of silver, so it kind of looks like hammered steel. It is gorgeous. And yeah, all I'm saying is that I don't know the exact amounts that I put into the paper mache paste, because I do everything by filling, really. But I put a little bit of baking soda and a little bit of salt in my flour and water mix. So just take the ratios that you do for paper mache paste and then add a bit of baking soda and a bit of salt. And that, I think, helps with any fungus issues that you might have with these paper mache pumpkins. But again, these have been with me for 5 years, no problems at all. All right, here, again, inspired by the vintage vibe, which I'm glad that I made a bunch of these, because 5 years ago, it wasn't a thing, but I've always been into kind of vintage vibe, because I want them to kind of match my home, which is an eclectic, artistic home. Since I am an artist, I'm a painter and woodworker and sculptor, and yep. So basically, they had to fit into my home in order for them to exist in my universe. So all these blend in beautifully with my decor. And now they will be blending with my daughter's decor. I will be sending some of these to my other daughter, and I have 3 daughters, so they're gonna have to split them between them. But I am keeping several of these. And yeah, so I made these in a period of a few months. It must have been like 6 months probably that I had this whole production going. Oh, this one here. This one, believe it or not, was a pain in the booty. It is hollow, so I had to paint it inside, and I had to do more, kind of more passes on the layers so that it would be very stiff and kind of hard and be able to stand upright. But I love it because it looks like if it shrunk, like if it's a pumpkin that was carved and it shrunk. And you are able to stick a candle in there, not a real one of those electronic candles. This is paper mache, so yes, it will burn if you put a real candle in there. So, not that I'm selling this one, but I'm just telling you in case you make one that don't make the mistake of putting a real candle in there. And this guy, he is another character guy, and I wanted to make him kind of devilish and belligerent and a little bit angry. And he's just great. He's another one of my character ones that is a fave. Okay, so here we continue to open these up. And this is I Tell You Christmas for October is awesome, even though it is September. Usually I am pretty right on the money because it does have the picture outside, so we do store them in their boxes, but they're still a surprise to see. This one here is, yeah, for all you guys that hate or love clowns, this one is a clown pumpkin. And yeah, he turned out great. I did want to make a kind of like a ruffled collar so for him to sit on, which I never did. But now this one's going to my daughter, one of my daughters. She claimed this one, so she wants to do that. She can, and she's very talented. Later on, you'll see one of her pumpkins that she created here with a tutorial I did for her in person. This is the other Stormtrooper inspired Star Wars pumpkin, and I wanted to make him look kind of like terracotta. So yeah, I did put fangs on him because we wanted to make him look Halloweeny. Here is the pumpkin that my daughter, Karina, actually made a couple of years ago. And yeah, it is awesome. She is a very good artist, does all kinds of things like her mama, and does them very well. As you can see, it's very detailed, and this was actually her first mache pumpkin that she did. It's a little bit more evil looking than my little whimsical pumpkins, but it is awesome. I mean, she would be able to just make a bunch of these, but yeah, again, it is a lot of work, so she made a little one, and I ended up painting it for her because she had to leave. But yeah, it did turn out great. And here's another pumpkin. I just wanted to make him very flat from the bottom, and kind of like if he was in the ground. I did put a little mouth on him at the bottom, and I love these pumpkins. They are just awesome. And again, this theme is throughout the pumpkins. Even if I do have character pumpkins, this color scheme blends all of them together, and it just makes it really easy to just put him in your home. And at one point I had all of these when I was making them on the floor of my living room, which it was just magical. And again, this is a character guy, and this one has a tooth on him and a closed eye and that beautiful stem. So yep, love this guy. Okay, and now I just wanted to show you a couple of other things that I created, and it was this 4x4 totem pole. I was supposed to carve him, but yeah, it didn't happen. But I did end up painting it, and it's kind of cool. It's really cool. I wanted to put some type of a finial on the top, and maybe that'll happen in the future. Who knows? And this guy, he's not a pumpkin, but I did create him during my pumpkin frenzy. And he's just adorable. He is so cute. It was kind of I had to work out how to make him. I kind of put a big pot under him and shaped him with newspaper and plastic, and yeah. But I wanted to make him seem like if he was floating, and that's kind of hard in paper mache. But I did paint in the front like if he was, like if it was open, and I did paint black. So it kind of does look like if he's, you know, his sheet is flowing. So love it. And here you go. Here is my first pumpkin. And since I store him separately, and because he is the first one and he's very heavy, I wanted to show him to you. This one also has the glow in the dark teeth, and look at all that ribbing. All that is paper clay. So he is very heavy, but I love the way he turned out. And here you're seeing all the pumpkins just scattered around. My hubby just brought him inside and sat him anywhere he could. And here you're seeing how they look up against the floor and the walls, and just how great a decoration like this is. I love unique decorations, handmade even better. So I have a lot of this going on in my house. I'd say 75% of what I have, I've touched it, either painted it or created it or refinished it myself, which makes a unique home, which is what I kind of love. So I will be putting together a tour of my Halloween home for 2020 and posting it on this page. So if you want to see that, please subscribe, hit the bell button, and you'll be notified when I do upload that. I will leave you with some pictures of how I have placed these beautiful pumpkins in my decoration in the past. And if you did like this video and enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. It will help it circulate, and it will help my channel. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Take care. I will talk to you guys later.